Hi guys, a very warm welcome from RGP Creation. Today we've come up with a very nice topic where we'll be discussing what is the difference between Sora art and Whirly art. So I'm sure you've checked out our video on the history and introduction of Sora art. In case you missed that, I'm mentioning the link of the video in the description box. We've also covered the history of Whirly as well as a complete introduction on Whirly. I'll mention the link of that video as well. So in today's video, we will discuss what is the main difference between these two forms of art. And if there is a difference, then what is the difference? So let us quickly learn what are the differences. Now what is the difference between Sora art and Whirly art? First, let us figure out, is there a difference at all? Now if you take a first look at Sora art, and you also take another look at Whirly art, you will find that both of them have a lot of similarities. First is that both of them use natural colors. So natural colors were used both by the tribal people who did Whirly art as well as by the tribal people who did Sora art. Secondly, both of them use geometrical figures, mainly concentrating around triangles, circles, lines, etc. So in this way, it makes both of these arts indistinguishable. But if you actually look carefully, look deeper, you will find that there is a lot of difference between the forms of art. Now, let us discuss each of these differences in detail. First, Sora art is less angular than Whirly art. So let me just draw both and show you. Now let us understand how Sora art is less angular than Whirly art. First let me make a small illustration of Whirly art. So in Whirly art, this is the head. This is the body, which has an upper triangle and a lower triangle. So this is how we make Whirly art man figure. Now, in the Sora art, the figures are less angular because the heads are circular again. Usually a neck is made, so the neck is not a straight line, generally 2 to 3 lines are made. The upper body is not a complete triangle, it has a curve attached to it. The hands are flexible, so they are not the straight lines that we see in Whirly art. And the feet are also generally angular or straight lines. So the angular component in Sora art is lesser than that is in Whirly art. Now the second difference between Sora art and Whirly art is that in Sora art there is no physical differentiation between a male figure and a female figure. Both of them are made in a single way. But in Whirly art, both of them are made very different. So let me show you how they are made different in both. Now the second difference between Whirly art and Sora art is that generally in Whirly art, the people are made, male and female figures are very different. In a typical Whirly art painting, you will find a distinction between the male and the female figures. So this is a typical male figure in a Whirly art. So this is a Whirly man. You will also find difference in the kids and in the aged people also. In a Whirly woman, there is a difference. See, the basic structure, if you ask me, till now, you would say that I am making the same. So it is the same, but in the Whirly art, you would generally find that women would have some hairdo, generally is different. Also, sometimes they would add a little bit of decoration bit. They would add some bangles and things like that. That was going to distinguish between a male figure and a woman figure. But if you look at Sora art, largely you will see that all the paintings of Sora art have almost all human depictions are in the same way. All the human depictions are similar. There is no distinction between a male figure and a female figure. So this is the second difference between Sora and Wurli. Sora art, the figures are more elongated than in Wurli art. So let me show you how there is a difference between the forms of art. Now the third difference. The third major difference between Sora art and Wurli art is that in Wurli art generally you would find that these are the figures. But in Sora art you will find that the figures are slightly elongated. See, one, the neck is made longer. Secondly, the feet are generally made longer. And the hands and the hands are also made much longer. So the Sora art figures are much more elongated than the Wurli art figure. And the final and the important difference is that in Sora art, borders are very, very important. Boundaries are really important. All the paintings of Sora art will have peculiarly made beautiful borders in geometric patterns, and generally the painting would start from the borders. First borders are made and then they go on in the center to make the center part. While in Wurli paintings, borders may or may not be made. It is not compulsory to make your borders. In some Wurli paintings there are borders, in some of them they are not. But in Sora art, borders are extremely important to make. So let me show you a glimpse of both the paintings of Sora art as well as Wurli art to depict it further. Now the final difference is that in the Sora art paintings, let me show you, you will always see a border, and after the border we move inwards to create the inner paintings. Borders are extremely important in various forms of Sora art, whether you go for a bigger or a smaller paintings. While in Wurli art, like this is a normal bookmark that I have made in Wurli art, borders are not important. You may or may not include borders. Like in this, I have done double borders to beautify my paintings, but it is not very important to create borders in all your paintings. Like this is a peacock done in Wurli style. I have not created a border in this. Now nowadays you can do up greeting cards, everything in Wurli style, but borders are not really important. They may or may not be. But a Sora art painting is not complete without the presence of a proper border. So in Sora art paintings, borders are extremely important. Now let me show you a few of my Wurli art paintings and also give you a glimpse of the Sora art paintings. So these are Wurli art paintings which I have created, starting from greeting cards to full paintings to bookmarks to smaller paintings. We have also delved into how to make our mats. This is a table mat in Wurli style. This is a proper black acrylic color painting that I have done. You can also do it on mediums like canvas by creating a proper canvas painting in Wurli style. You can also delve into the traditional Wurli by creating the Wurli Dev Chok or the Dashavatar. Now let me show you our Sora art paintings also that we have created, and much more we will be creating in times to come. So these are some Sora art paintings that we've done in which borders are really important. I've created a full painting also of Sora in which borders are extremely important. So in this way, this is mainly the difference between Sora art as well as Wurli art, and I hope that the differences are absolutely clear. In case you want to check out the videos, I've mentioned them in the description box below. Now these are some forms of Wurli paintings that we've covered. Now in case you want to cover them or you want to see how to do the Wurli paintings that I've just shown you, you can find the link in the description box below to check out our various courses on Wurli Basics, on Wurli Advanced, on Worli, which covers the God and the Goddess series, as well as the Sora Art series. Do like our video and subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to press the notification button so that you can be notified as soon as we put a new video or are live on our channel. Thanks for watching and bye-bye.